Hello YouTube, me again. This time here with BlazBlue Continuum Shift Extend, and I'm gonna do an arcade playthrough. Um, there aren't a whole lot of characters that I actually use on this. I have played on Continuum Shift 2 for the PSP, which has just about all the characters on here, with the exception of Relius Clover. But I have yet to try him out, and like I said, there are very few characters that I have actually played enough for. Those few characters being Ragna, Noelle, and Makoto. And I'm just going to go through as Makoto. Since I'm still trying to get her arcade finish, I've already gotten Ragna and Noelle's finish. And Makoto just happens to be one of those ones that I always seem to have a problem with on, who was it? I was having trouble. Kegger was the only one I've had a problem with playing as Makoto. And there's just something about Mikoto that always makes me laugh. And I don't know how much of this I'm actually going to do. If I wind up losing against Kegger multiple times like I did last night, then I'm just going to end the video at that point. And hopefully this time I won't be getting any, the video won't freeze and then pick up a few seconds later like my previous videos have. Still haven't figured out why that happened, but I'm working on trying to figure that out. And for anyone who doesn't know what the story of BlazBlue actually is, you're better off looking on the wiki for it, because I have absolutely no idea how to describe it. I mean, I've played Continuum Shift and Calamity Trigger, but I still have yet to finish the story modes on those. I haven't even started the story mode on this one yet, but I'm a good ways into the story mode on Continuum Shift 2. Sorry, just had to remember a command. I'm a good ways through the story on Continuum Shift 2. Oops. But I still have yet to get to the true ending. Where are the batteries on this? Oh. Just simply because it's hard to figure out what path to take in the story mode, since there always happen to be multiple paths. But I actually do not own this right now. I got it through GameFly, so I will be doing more and more gameplay videos, hopefully, as long as I get the chance to. I can never figure out how I always manage to do that. If anyone knows how what the barrier break combo is and can leave it in the comments, that'd be much appreciated, because I'm really kind of starting to get irritated at the fact that I keep doing it without knowing what the combination is. And I have tried to get the astral finishes, but because I usually wind up winning both rounds, I can never get it, because the last one of those icons always ends up locked, so I can't use it to get the astral finish. Oh, and Adam, I know you're going to ask this probably in the comments or when we talk later. The reason Makoto has a squirrel tail is because she is and the ears, is because she is how did she explain it? A human-like, I think. Not exactly sure how else to explain it except how she has said it in the stories. And for anyone who's a fan of any fighting games that are like this, the 2D style, this is something I highly recommend for the gameplay and the story as well. The story always takes interesting turns, as I've found out in Continuum Shift 2, especially when you somehow manage to get to the outtake section of the stories. I have found myself having kept save files of certain characters' outtake stories on Continuum Shift 2, just so I could always rewatch them.
Wow, you're huge.
That uniform. You are an officer in the NOL, are you not? What are you doing here?
Alright, I'm getting to the 7-minute mark, so I'm just gonna skip this. Now, for those who don't know, this is Iron Kegger I'm going against. He's the one that has given me a major problem, and he was the one that was giving me a major problem last night, simply because of mainly the combo that he just used. And I have noticed that his attacks do more damage than any other characters. I'm pretty sure that's just because he's an enormous robot. I would really like to know how he managed to do that when I was behind him. I know I'm not talking much, but usually when it comes to fighting games, I tend to focus more on on trying to knock my opponent out rather than talking. So sorry about the silence. The other thing that really bothers me about Kegger is the fact that he blocks a bit too much for my liking. And seeing as how this is going right now, I'm probably gonna, yep, he's pretty much got me in a corner right now, metaphorically speaking, of course. I knew that was gonna happen. So I'm gonna end the video now. Whoa, wow, that took 2.5 minutes. That's surprising. Well, that's it for BlazBlue Continuum Shift Extend gameplay, and I'll see you in my next vid.